That sudden, icy knot twisting in your stomach when you receive unexpected bad news is not a psychological illusion. It is your body executing a violent internal vascular maneuver that physically starves your digestive organs of oxygen within milliseconds. This sudden, tightening sensation is actually a highly coordinated, life-saving shutdown of your abdominal blood supply, designed to prepare your core for physical survival. By uncovering the evolutionary architecture of your splanchnic circulation, the specialized network of blood vessels feeding your gut, you will begin to understand how your autonomic nervous system instantly robs your stomach of resources to fuel your skeletal muscles. Tracing this survival highway reveals the precise biological mechanism behind that paralyzing gut squeeze, showing why your body treats mental panic exactly like a physical assault. To understand why your stomach clenches when stress hits, you must first picture the incredible vascular highway that keeps you alive. In a state of rest and relaxation, your digestive system is a highly active, resource-heavy metabolic factory. Your stomach, intestines, liver, and pancreas are incredibly hungry organs. To process your meals, they require a massive amount of fuel. In fact, when you are peaceful, nearly 30% of your entire blood volume is circulating through your digestive tract at any given second. This blood flows through three major arterial branches off your abdominal aorta, known as the celiac trunk, the superior mesenteric artery, and the inferior mesenteric artery. This massive pool of blood is crucial for smooth muscle contraction, nutrient absorption, and mucosal protection. But then, the environment changes. A sudden shock, a terrifying thought, or an unexpected threat registers in your brain. The amygdala, the brain's alarm center, instantly fires a distress signal to the hypothalamus, which activates the sympathetic nervous system. Within a fraction of a second, a cascade of electrical impulses travels down your spinal cord and floods your system with stress hormones, primarily adrenaline and norepinephrine. What happens next inside your blood vessels is nothing short of a biological miracle. In a study published by Dr. Peter Holzer in 2011, researchers mapped how acute stress triggers an immediate and profound alteration in gastrointestinal blood flow. The norepinephrine released by your sympathetic nerve fibers binds to specialized targets called alpha-1 adrenergic receptors, which are densely packed on the smooth muscle walls of your mesenteric blood vessels. When these receptors are activated, they cause the blood vessels to contract violently. This is known as vasoconstriction. Think of your vascular system like a highly responsive municipal water grid. When a massive fire breaks out at a major industrial plant, the city's water control center instantly slams shut the valves supplying the local swimming pools and neighborhood lawn sprinklers. It does not matter if someone's lawn gets dry. Every single drop of pressurized water must be redirected to the high-volume hoses of the fire trucks. In your body, digestion is a luxury. Under threat, your stomach and intestines are the neighborhood lawn sprinklers, and your heart, brain, and skeletal muscles are the fire trucks. Within moments of a panic trigger, the diameter of your mesenteric arteries shrinks to a fraction of their normal size. Blood flow to your digestive tract can plummet by up to 75% in a matter of seconds. Why? Because your body is preparing you to run for your life or fight for your survival. That blood is needed elsewhere. This massive redirection of blood is the ultimate physical transformation. Under the influence of acute panic, those pints of blood that were once leisurely pooling in your digestive organs are forcefully propelled into your deep skeletal muscles. Your quadriceps, your biceps, and your deltoids are suddenly flooded with oxygen-rich blood, expanding their capacity for explosive power. Your heart rate skyrockets and your blood pressure surges, all to ensure that your limbs are primed for immediate, violent action. But what is happening to your stomach while your legs are getting ready to run? It is experiencing a temporary, localized state of oxygen starvation, known as transient ischemia. When the blood flow to your stomach is cut off so abruptly, the smooth muscles of your digestive tract are suddenly left without their normal supply of oxygen and nutrients. This sudden lack of oxygen causes the smooth muscle walls of your stomach and intestines to spasm. This spasm, combined with the sensory nerves in your gut sending urgent distress signals back to your brain, is the exact physical sensation you experience as a twisting, clenching knot. But there is an even more fascinating evolutionary purpose behind this stomach clench, one that transforms how we look at our ancestors. This is the concept of core armoring. When a wild animal attacks, or when you are threatened by physical violence, your most vulnerable area is your soft, unshielded abdomen. Unlike your chest, which is protected by a sturdy cage of bone, your belly houses vital, delicate organs, your liver, your spleen, your kidneys, your intestines, with nothing but muscle and skin to protect them from teeth, claws, or blunt force. In his groundbreaking research on stress physiology, Dr. Stephen Porges, who formulated the polyvagal theory in 2011, explained how the nervous system transitions through distinct phylogenetic defense states. During the mobilization phase, your body does not just redirect blood, it actively prepares your physical structure for impact. Your motor cortex sends rapid-fire signals to your rectus abdominis, your transverse abdominis, and your obliques, causing them to contract with immense force. Simultaneously, your diaphragm locks. This coordinated contraction of your abdominal wall, paired with the sudden empty vacuum created by the diverted gut blood, turns your soft midsection into a dense, pressurized shield. It is a biological airbag. By tensing these muscles and pulling your gut inward, your body creates an internal splint, protecting those highly vascularized internal organs from being ruptured by a physical blow. Think of how incredible this is. When you are sitting at your desk, reading a stressful email, and your stomach twists into a painful, tight ball, your body is not failing you. It is not glitching. It is operating on an ancient million-year-old software program. It honestly believes, based on the chemical signals it is receiving, that a physical predator is about to strike your midsection. It is physically hardening your torso to make sure you survive the impact. Compare this to your body's state during a peaceful, relaxed afternoon, when your parasympathetic nervous system is dominant, the state often called rest and digest. Your blood vessels are dilated, soft, and warm. Your abdominal wall is relaxed, moving gently with every rise and fall of your breath. Your enteric nervous system, which contains over 100 million neurons wrapping around your gut, is communicating smoothly with your brain. This second brain is producing neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, regulating digestion with gentle, rhythmic waves of muscle contraction called peristalsis. But when panic strikes, this beautiful, rhythmic dance is instantly shattered. Peristalsis halts, the warm pull of blood is sucked away, the tissues cool, the muscle walls spasm. Is it any wonder that chronic, daily stress leads to long-term digestive issues? If your body is constantly running a mild version of this survival script, your gut tissues are repeatedly starved of the oxygen and blood flow they need to repair themselves, maintain their protective mucosal lining, and digest food. Your body is perpetually keeping its shield up, waiting for a blow that never comes. Fortunately, because you now understand the precise biological mechanisms behind this response, you can learn to work with your body's nervous system rather than fighting against it. You can actively send signals back down those nerve pathways to tell your celiac trunk and mesenteric arteries that it is safe to open their valves and let the blood flow back home. The first and perhaps most powerful biological hack to reverse this visceral shutdown is the physiological sigh. In 2016, Dr. Jack Feldman and his team of neurobiologists identified a specific cluster of neurons in the brainstem known as the pre-Butzinger complex, which acts as the master conductor for breathing patterns and directly influences autonomic state. They discovered that certain breathing patterns have a direct, hardwired connection to the vagus nerve, the primary superhighway of the parasympathetic nervous system. To perform the physiological sigh, you take 2 quick consecutive inhales through your nose, followed by 1 long, slow, sighing exhale through your mouth. The science behind this is beautiful. The first deep inhale inflates your lungs, but the second sharp, short inhale forces open the tiny air sacs in your lungs called alveoli, which tend to collapse under stress. This sudden reinflation causes a rapid exchange of gases, pulling carbon dioxide out of your bloodstream. More importantly, this specific breathing pattern changes the pressure inside your chest cavity. When you take that double inhale, it increases intrathoracic pressure, which temporarily reduces the space inside your chest and causes blood to flow more rapidly into the right atrium of your heart. Your heart's internal sensors, called baroreceptors, detect this sudden surge in pressure. They immediately send a signal to your brainstem, which responds by sending a rapid message down the vagus nerve to slow your heart rate down. As your heart rate drops, the sympathetic drive decreases. The release of norepinephrine stalls. The alpha-1 adrenergic receptors on your mesenteric arteries relax, allowing the blood vessels to dilate once more. By performing just 3 or 4 of these physiological sighs, you can physically force your vascular system to reopen the gates to your digestive tract, bringing warm, oxygen-rich blood back to your tensed stomach. The second highly effective method is a local thermal sensory hack. When your body is in a panic loop, your peripheral tissues cool down because of vasoconstriction. You can bypass the brain's alarm system by introducing external warmth directly to your digestive area or by consuming a warm liquid. Drinking a cup of warm water, not cold water, stimulates thermal receptors in your esophagus and the upper lining of your stomach. These thermal receptors are connected to sensory fibers that travel directly to the solitary tract in your brainstem. Cold liquids trigger a mild survival reflex, causing local blood vessels to constrict even further to preserve core body temperature. Warm liquids, however, do the exact opposite. They trigger a localized, reflex-mediated vasodilation. When the warm liquid hits your stomach lining, it signals to your enteric nervous system that the environment is safe, stable, and warm. This local sensory input coaxes the smooth muscles of the stomach wall to relax their protective spasm, restoring gentle blood flow and instantly easing that tight, twisted sensation. The third practical application is somatic core release. Because your body naturally tightens your abdominal muscles to build that protective physical shield under stress, you can use conscious skeletal muscle control to send a feedback loop of safety to your brain. When we are anxious, we often unconsciously hold our breath and pull our stomach in, keeping the core armor locked in place. To break this loop, you must consciously perform progressive relaxation of your lower abdomen and pelvic floor. Sit comfortably, place your hand over your navel, and as you inhale, consciously push your belly outward, letting it expand fully without any tension. By physically forcing your abdominal wall to soften and expand, you are mechanically stretching the vagus nerve fibers that pass through the esophageal hiatus in your diaphragm. This mechanical stretch acts like a physical off switch for the fight-or-flight response. You are proving to your brain, through physical biofeedback, that you are not about to be struck in the stomach. If you were about to be attacked, you would not be able to voluntarily relax and expand your belly. The brain receives this physical proof, recognizes the absence of immediate physical danger, and shuts down the sympathetic vascular clamp. Take a moment to appreciate what this really means for your relationship with your physical self. The next time you feel your stomach clench, tighten, and twist during a moment of panic, you do not have to view it as a frustrating symptom of anxiety or a weakness in your gut. Look at it for what it truly is. It is your body's ancient, devoted protector rising to defend you. It is an exquisitely designed, highly sophisticated survival system that loves you enough to starve itself of oxygen, halt its own digestion, and turn your abdomen into iron, all to ensure that you survive a perceived threat. Your body is not working against you, it is working entirely for you, using a biological blueprint that has kept your ancestors alive for thousands of generations. By understanding the vascular highways, the hormone receptors, and the neurological pathways that create this response, you are no longer a victim of your body's stress. You are the operator of an incredible biological machine. You can speak directly to your nervous system in its own language, through the pressure in your lungs, the warmth in your stomach, and the relaxation of your muscles, and guide it back to a state of peace, flow, and recovery. Continue this journey of body science discovery with me. By understanding the deep, hidden biology of what your body does every single day and learning how the modern world constantly triggers these ancient survival systems without you even realizing it, you can truly take control of your health. There are so many more astonishing, hidden mechanisms operating inside you right now, waiting to be decoded.